There's something sitting in your home right now that's quietly stealing your energy, your safety, and possibly even years from your life. And the hardest part? You might love it. I know how difficult it is to let go of things. That sweater your late husband gave you, the china set you've kept pristine for 40 years, the furniture that's been part of every family memory. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. After 70, holding on to certain things isn't just sentimental, it's dangerous. Let me tell you about Margaret, 72. She lived alone in the same house for 35 years. Every corner held a memory. Every closet was full. One Tuesday morning, she tripped over a stack of old magazines in her hallway. The fall broke her hip. 6 months later, she was in assisted living, not because she couldn't recover, but because her home had become a maze she could no longer navigate safely. Margaret told me something I'll never forget. She said, "I thought keeping everything meant keeping my memories alive, but all it did was trap me." If you're approaching 70 or already past it, this message is for you. The items I'm about to share aren't just clutter. They're silent threats to your independence, your health, and your peace of mind. Some of them might surprise you. Others might make you uncomfortable. But I promise you, letting them go could be one of the most powerful decisions you make for the life you still want to live. Stay with me. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what needs to leave your home, why it matters more than you think, and how to do it without losing the memories that truly count. Here's something most people don't talk about when it comes to aging at home. It's not just about what you add to make life easier. Sometimes it's about what you take away. Your home should be your safe haven, the place where you feel most comfortable, most yourself. But as we age, the things we've collected over decades can start working against us. They create hidden hazards. They drain our energy. They make daily tasks harder than they need to be. And worst of all, they can quietly rob us of the independence we've worked so hard to protect. I'm not here to tell you to throw out your entire life. That's not what this is about. This is about being smart, being safe, and being honest with yourself about what truly serves you at this stage of life. Because the truth is, letting go of the right things can actually give you more freedom, not less. When you finish watching this, you'll have a clear action plan. You'll know exactly which 7 items pose the biggest risks to your safety and well-being after 70. More importantly, you'll understand why these things matter so much and what to do instead. You'll learn how to make these changes without feeling like you're losing your memories or giving up control. And you'll hear real stories from people just like you who made these changes and felt lighter, safer, and more at peace because of it. We're going to cover 7 specific things. Some are obvious once you hear them. Others will surprise you. A few might even make you a little defensive at first, and that's okay. I just ask that you keep an open mind. Each one of these items has a direct connection to falls, injuries, stress, and declining health in seniors, and each one has a simple, practical solution. We'll talk about the furniture that's become a trap, the kitchen items that are doing more harm than good, the sentimental objects that weigh you down more than you realize, and yes, we'll even talk about the things in your closet and bathroom that need a fresh look. This isn't about minimalism or following some trendy lifestyle. This is about protecting the life you love. It's about staying in your home longer, feeling confident in your space, and reducing the worry that something as simple as walking down your hallway could change everything. You deserve to live in a home that supports you, not one that challenges you every single day. So let's talk about what needs to go and why it matters more than you might think. Let's start with something you probably walk past every single day without thinking twice. Throw rugs, bath mats, those decorative runners in the hallway. They seem harmless. They add warmth, color, comfort. but after 70, they become one of the most dangerous things in your home. Here's why. As we age, our balance changes, our reflexes slow, our vision isn't as sharp, especially in dim light. That cute little rug you've had for years can catch the edge of your shoe or slipper without warning, and when that happens, there's often no time to catch yourself. Let me tell you about Robert, 68. He was healthy, active, still driving, still gardening. One Sunday morning, he got out of the shower and stepped onto his bathroom mat. It shifted just a few inches. He lost his balance and fell hard against the sink. The result? A fractured wrist and 3 cracked ribs. What hurt him most wasn't the pain, it was the realization that something so small, so ordinary, had taken away his independence for months. So, what should you do? Start today. Walk through your home and remove every loose rug, mat, and runner. Yes, even the ones you love. If you need something for warmth or comfort, replace them with non-slip mats that have rubber backing and lie completely flat. Better yet, consider going without them entirely. Your floors are safer bare or carpeted wall to wall. If you're worried about cold feet, invest in quality slippers with non-slip soles. Your safety is worth more than any decorative touch. Item 2. Expired medications and old prescriptions. Next, let's talk about your medicine cabinet. When was the last time you actually went through it? Really looked at every bottle, every box, every tube? Most seniors I know have medications from years ago still sitting on their shelves. Pills from surgeries that happened a decade back. Prescriptions that doctors changed but never got thrown out. Over-the-counter bottles that expired before the last election. And here's the dangerous part. When you're not feeling well, when you're in pain or confused, it's easy to grab the wrong thing. I'll tell you about Linda, 71. She had trouble sleeping one night and opened her medicine cabinet looking for something to help. She found a bottle labeled Sleep Aid and took 2 pills. What she didn't realize was that it was an old prescription from 2019, one that her doctor had stopped because it interacted badly with her current heart medication. That night, her blood pressure dropped dangerously low. Her daughter found her the next morning, disoriented and weak. She spent 2 days in the hospital. Here's what you should do. Set aside 30 minutes this week. Take everything out of your medicine cabinet, your nightstand, your kitchen drawer. Check every expiration date. If it's expired, throw it out. If you don't remember what it's for, throw it out. If your doctor changed it or stopped it, throw it out. Many pharmacies offer safe disposal programs, so don't just toss them in the trash. Keep only what you're currently taking. Label everything clearly. Write the purpose on the bottle if it helps. And if you're managing multiple medications, ask your pharmacist for a medication organizer or schedule. Clarity saves lives. Item 3. Heavy, bulky furniture you can't move easily. Now, let's talk about your furniture, specifically the heavy pieces that haven't been moved in years, the oversized couch, the solid wood coffee table, the antique dresser that takes 2 people to budge. When you were younger, you could navigate around these pieces without thinking, but after 70, our spatial awareness changes. We misjudge distances, we bump into corners, and when furniture is too heavy or too big, it creates tight pathways that are hard to move through safely, especially at night or when you're tired. I knew a man named George, 74. He loved his home. Every piece of furniture had a story. His living room had a massive oak coffee table right in the center, surrounded by a thick leather couch and 2 oversized armchairs. The space between them was narrow. One evening, George got up to answer the phone. He misjudged the gap, clipped his shin on the corner of the coffee table, and went down hard. He broke his ankle. But what really broke him was the 6 weeks of recovery where he couldn't live independently. He had to move in with his son. Here's your action step. Walk through your main living areas. Ask yourself, can I move comfortably around this furniture? Is there enough space if I need a walker or cane someday? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Replace heavy pieces with lighter, smaller alternatives. Choose furniture with rounded edges instead of sharp corners. If you love a piece but it's too bulky, take a photo, write down the memory, and pass it on to family. Your home should adapt to you, not the other way around. And remember, less furniture means easier cleaning, more light, and more freedom to move safely. Item 4. Clutter and excessive decorative items. Let's talk about all the things on your shelves, counters, tables, and walls. The souvenirs, the knickknacks, the collections you've built over a lifetime. I know every single one has a memory attached, but here's the hard truth. Too much stuff doesn't just make your home look crowded, it makes it genuinely harder to live in. Clutter affects you in ways you might not realize. It makes cleaning exhausting. It creates visual chaos that drains your mental energy. It hides hazards like spills or uneven surfaces. And when you have too many items to keep track of, you start losing things, forgetting where you put your keys, your glasses, your phone. Take Patricia, 69. She was a collector. Figurines, photo frames, decorative bowls, vintage books. Every surface in her home was covered. She loved it all, but over time she noticed she felt constantly tired. Cleaning took hours. Finding things was frustrating. One day her daughter visited and gently suggested they simplify. Patricia resisted first, but eventually she agreed to box up half of her collections and donate the rest. Within a week, she told me she felt like she could breathe again. Her home felt bigger, brighter, and easier to manage. Here's what I want you to do. Choose one room this week. Look at every item on display. Ask yourself, does this bring me real joy, or is it just taking up space? Keep only the things that truly matter. Box up the rest and store them. Donate them, or give them to family members who will appreciate them. Rotate seasonal items if you want variety. The goal isn't to live in an empty house. The goal is to live in a home that feels calm, clean, and easy to care for. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel when you're not surrounded by things that demand your attention. Item 5. Old, worn-out shoes and slippers. This one surprises a lot of people. Shoes. Specifically the ones you've been wearing for years. The slippers with the flattened soles, the sneakers that are still comfortable but have lost their tread. The dress shoes you only wear occasionally but keep because they still look okay. Here's the problem. As shoes age, they lose support. The cushioning breaks down. The grip wears off. And when you're over 70, your feet need more support than ever. Weak arches, balance issues, and reduced ankle stability are all part of aging. Wearing old shoes makes all of these worse. I'll share a story about Helen, 73. She wore the same pair of slippers every morning for almost 5 years. They were soft, familiar, easy to slip on. One morning, she walked into her kitchen to make coffee. The floor was slightly wet from the dog's water bowl. Her slippers had no grip left. She slipped and fell, hitting her head on the counter. She ended up with a concussion and stitches, all because of shoes she thought were harmless. So here's what you need to do. Go through your closet. Check every pair of shoes and slippers. Look at the soles. Are they smooth? Are they cracked? Is the support gone? If yes, throw them out. Invest in new footwear with non-slip soles, good arch support, and a secure fit. Avoid backless slippers. Choose shoes that cover your heel and stay snug. And don't wait until they fall apart. Replace them regularly. Your feet carry you everywhere. Treat them with the care they deserve. Item 6. Large collections of books, magazines, and newspapers. Now let's talk about paper. Books, magazines, newspapers, old letters, greeting cards. If you're like many seniors, you've accumulated stacks of these over the years. You tell yourself you'll read them again. You'll organize them someday. But let's be honest, when was the last time you actually went through that pile? Here's the issue. Piles of paper create fire hazards. They attract dust, mold, and pests. They take up valuable space. And when stacked on floors or furniture, they become tripping hazards. Even worse, they can make you feel mentally overwhelmed every time you see them. I remember talking to a woman named Dorothy, 76. She had been a teacher her whole life and loved books. Her home was filled with them. Shelves, stacks, boxes. She couldn't let go. But one winter, she noticed a musty smell in her living room. Turns out, the stacks of old magazines near her window had developed mold from condensation. It triggered respiratory issues that lasted months. She finally cleared everything out, kept her favorites, and donated the rest to the library. She told me later that she wished she'd done it years sooner. Here's your plan. Start with one area, a bookshelf, a closet, a corner. Go through everything. Keep only what you truly read or reference. If a book has been untouched for 5 years, it's time to let it go. Donate to libraries, senior centers, or community programs. Recycle old magazines and newspapers. If there are sentimental items like letters or cards, scan them or photograph them so you can keep the memory without the physical bulk. Create space for the things that matter now. A lighter home is a safer home. Item 7. Toxic or outdated cleaning products. Finally, let's talk about what's under your sink. Cleaning supplies. Many seniors have bottles and sprays that have been there for years, half-empty containers of harsh chemicals, products you don't even remember buying. And here's the danger. As we age, our sense of smell weakens. We become more sensitive to chemical exposure, and mixing the wrong products, even accidentally, can create toxic fumes. I'll tell you about James, 70. He was cleaning his bathroom one afternoon and grabbed 2 different cleaners, one with bleach, one with ammonia. He didn't think twice, but when those chemicals mixed, they created chloramine gas. Within minutes, he was coughing, dizzy, struggling to breathe. His neighbor heard him and called for help. He recovered, but it was a close call. The American Association of Poison Control Centers reports that seniors are more vulnerable to accidental poisoning from household cleaners. Mixing products, using expired chemicals, or inhaling strong fumes can cause respiratory distress, burns, and long-term health issues. In fact, nearly 10% of poisoning cases in adults over 60 involve cleaning products. Here's what to do. Go under every sink. Check the garage, the laundry room, anywhere you keep cleaners. Throw out anything that's old, unlabeled, or half-empty. Get rid of anything with harsh chemicals. Replace them with simple, safe alternatives. Vinegar, baking soda, mild dish soap, and water. These work just as well for most cleaning tasks and are far safer. If you need stronger products, buy small amounts, use them carefully, and never mix. Store everything clearly labeled and out of reach if you have grandchildren visiting. Your lungs, your skin, and your safety will thank you. Before we move on, I want to address a few common myths I hear all the time. These beliefs are completely understandable, but they can actually hold you back from making your home safer and more comfortable. Myth number 1. If I get rid of these things, I'm erasing my memories. I hear this one constantly. You're worried that letting go of objects means letting go of people, places, or moments they represent. But the truth is, your memories live in your heart and mind, not in objects. A study from Cornell University found that people who decluttered sentimental items reported feeling emotionally lighter, not sadder. The memories didn't fade. In fact, many said they could recall them more clearly because they weren't distracted by physical clutter. You can take photos of meaningful items before letting them go. You can write down the stories. You can pass things on to loved ones who will cherish them. The love and history remain. What you're removing is the burden, not the memory. Myth number 2. My home is fine. I've lived here for years without a problem. Many seniors believe that because they haven't fallen or been hurt yet, their home is safe. But the reality is, risk increases with age. According to the National Council on Aging, your fall risk doubles after age 65 and continues rising every year. What was safe at 60 may not be safe at 72. Your vision, balance, reflexes, and strength all change gradually. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't. Prevention is not about fear, it's about staying ahead. Making small changes now keeps you independent longer. Waiting after an accident means you're reacting, not protecting yourself. Myth number 3. Decluttering is just for young people or minimalists. This myth makes a lot of people tune out right away. They think simplifying your home is some trendy lifestyle movement that doesn't apply to them. But the truth is, reducing hazards and clutter is a proven safety strategy backed by occupational therapists and geriatric specialists. The American Occupational Therapy Association recommends home modifications, including removing excess items, as a standard fall prevention measure for older adults. This isn't about aesthetics or following a trend. It's about function, safety, and quality of life. You don't have to live like a minimalist. You just need to live in a space that works for your body as it is today, not as it was 20 years ago. Understanding the real facts helps you make better choices. You're not giving up your past, you're protecting your future. I want to share something with you that changed the way I think about letting go. A few years ago, I met a woman named Caroline. She was 77, sharp as ever, still living in the home she and her late husband built 50 years ago. Every room was filled with their life together. Furniture they'd picked out as newlyweds, books they'd read to their children, dishes from holidays long past. She couldn't let go. But one winter, she noticed a musty smell in her living room. Turns out the stacks of old magazines near her window had developed mold from condensation. It triggered respiratory issues that lasted months. She finally cleared everything out, kept her favorites, and donated the rest to the library. She told me later that she wished she'd done it years sooner. If you're holding on to things out of guilt, fear, or obligation, I want you to hear this. Letting go is not betrayal. It's not forgetting. It's not giving up. It's choosing to live fully in the present, not just survive surrounded by the past. You deserve a home that supports you, a space where you can move freely, breathe easily, and feel at peace. You've earned that. And making changes now doesn't mean you're weak or losing control. It means you're strong enough to adapt, wise enough to see what needs to shift, brave enough to choose your well-being over sentimentality. Change is hard, I know that, but staying stuck is harder. You have more life to live, more mornings to enjoy, more moments to create. Don't let the weight of what was keep you from what still can be. Start small, start today, and be gentle with yourself. You're not erasing anything, you're making room for the life you still want to live. So, let's bring this all together. We've talked about 7 things that need to leave your home before you turn 70. Throw rugs that cause falls, expired medications that create dangerous mix-ups, heavy furniture that limits your movement, clutter that drains your energy, worn-out shoes that steal your balance, stacks of paper that create hazards, and harsh cleaning products that put your health at risk. None of these changes are about loss. They're about protection. They're about giving yourself the freedom to move safely, live comfortably, and stay independent longer. And the best part is, you don't have to do everything at once. Start with just one thing. Maybe today you remove the bathroom mat. Tomorrow you go through your medicine cabinet. Next week you tackle one closet. Small steps add up to big changes. You're not racing against time. You're building a safer, more peaceful home at your pace. If this video helped you see your home in a new way, I'd be so grateful if you'd give it a like. It helps more people find this information. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. We're building a community here of people who want to age with strength, dignity, and confidence. I also want to hear from you. Have you already let go of something that made your life easier? Or is there something on this list you're struggling to release? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, something you're dealing with or curious about, let me know. This channel is for you, and your voice matters. Please share this video with someone you care about, a parent, a friend, a neighbor. These simple changes can truly save lives. Remember, your home should be your safe place, the place where you feel most like yourself. You've worked too hard and come too far to let anything in your own space put that at risk. You deserve to live with ease, comfort, and peace of mind. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.